This is the part 2 of the hand sanitizer tutorial. Okay, these are two gelling agents. This is carbomer, while this is xanthan gum. Okay, so how to use these two? First of all, for the carbomer, you have to soak it in water so that it can swell and sort of like dissolve before you now use it and mix in a mixer, form a uniform gel. The carbomer is a little bit complicated because if it only forms a stable gel at a particular pH, so the pH has to be neutral before the gel can form. So most times, or a lot of times, the water that people use may be slightly below 7, which is the neutral pH. What you do is you use something we call triethanolamine, or TEA, or T for shorting, and you use that in drops. Triethanolamine is a base, a weak base, so it will sort of like raise the pH. If the pH is a little bit below what it should be, that's for if you're using a carbomer. Hand sanitizers, ideally what works best is the carbomer. Then you can add glycerin. Glycerin is a moisturizing agent, and you know that alcohol tends to be drying, so you can use glycerin. First of all, whatever you are making, you have to make sure that it is 70% of ethanol that you are using. So if you're going to use some glycerin, you have to make up for that. Okay, so let's say you're going to use 10 mils of glycerin in the formula. You are going to subtract 10 mils from the water you are going to use to dilute. Otherwise, you are going to overshoot the concentration and it will no longer be 70, instead it will be lower. Now you can use lower concentrations, but 70 is ideal for killing germs very effectively. Okay, so we're going to start soon. This was just a little bit of explanations before we start, and I show you how to proceed. Yes, so the hand sanitizer gel with carbomer, okay, I have made, you start off by mixing some with water and soaking into water and allowing it to swell and dissolve like I've already done. You can see. And then you set it aside. Remember to calculate the number of mils of water that is in this gel, because you're going to factor it into the final product. So this is going to go into the mixing bowl, and I'll mix it with the alcohol and the water as quickly as possible and bottle, because you know that the thing is, alcohol is volatile, so the longer it is open for a long period of time, the more it begins to evaporate. So you will not have a 70% solution on the dot. You may end up having something a little bit less, which is not ideal because we want a 70% gel. So I have the mixer. Now I've put the carbomer and some water and some alcohol in here, and I'm going to quickly mix it. So you can see the gel. It is Now a little bit thicker. This is carbomer. Okay. So I'm going to add a little bit of TEA, triethanolamine, 2 drops, and I will mix again. What do you see? What you see is that the 2 drops of triethanolamine has made the gel thicker. So you can now put it in a bottle and use. Unfortunately, the gel is a little bit cloudy and it even has some sediments in it, but this tutorial is simply just to teach how you can make it in form of a gel, you know. But really, as far as I am concerned, I prefer the liquid one. If you have a spray, you know, you can just spray it rather than the gel. There you have it. That's the gel. Of course, it's not as clear as the commercially available one, but it's still a gel. Okay, you know, carbomers come in different types. So this type of carbomer is probably different from this, but they still do the same thing because they still basically form gels with their gelling agents anyway. Okay, so this is a liquid one I made earlier on, and this is the gel. Okay, now like my mom always says, okay, for those of you who are Igbos, you understand exactly what I mean. I talked about this one as being very, very good as something to put in a spray bottle. Okay, so I am going to put this in a spray bottle and you will see. Okay, like my mom says, that actually is an Igbo saying that says, as you are speaking, back it up with action. Okay, remember I talked about spray bottles and the 70% ethanol. Okay, so you can put this inside the spray bottle and it makes it so much easier to use. Check it out while I do it. So there you have your liquid hand sanitizer. Okay, homemade. We did this morning. Okay, there it is. So if you just want to take something out, you can just put it inside your bag. If you want to touch somewhere or you want to touch a doorknob, especially in those public toilets like in ShopRite, open this, spray all over the doorknob before you touch it. You know, when you finish with the toilet, you spray your hand and rub, you know, disinfect everywhere. Yeah, so this is excellent. You can get these spray bottles, by the way, at Ojota. They sell them in dozens and they are very cheap. Yeah, so that's your hand sanitizer, which by the way is just 70% ethanol, and that is the gel. Unfortunately, our darling gel has refused to be as clear as the store-bought gel, but that's okay. It will still do exactly what it's meant to do. Now please note that I did not use the xanthan gum anymore because I noticed that it was precipitating with the alcohol, you know. So for high concentrations of alcohol like that, use carbomer instead of xanthan gum. Okay, so this is how to make your homemade hand sanitizer. The purpose of this video is in case there's an emergency and maybe there is a scarcity of hand sanitizers and you need to rustle up something for yourself. You can do it at home for yourself.